Hey, what's going on, family? I just wanted to jump on here real quick and address some of the BS that I've been seeing going around about a police officer's authority to shoot fleeing felons. Okay, first we heard about it with Paul O'Neill. Now we're hearing about it with Delvin Hollins. And a lot of people out there seem to think that they have this carte blanche to shoot anybody that commits a felony to prevent their escape, which is not true. And a lot of people referring to is Tennessee versus Gardner, which, if you're not familiar with it, it's a 1985 Supreme Court case that gave the officers the authority to sometimes shoot fleeing felons in specific cases. And the section that they're referring to is Section 3, which, if you read it, it says that officers can shoot to prevent the escape of a violent fleeing felon when the officer has probable cause to believe that the escape poses a significant threat of death or serious injury to the officer or others. Now, this is where the confusion comes in, because that doesn't mean that just because somebody commits a violent act that you get to shoot them to prevent their escape. That's not what it means. What it means is if somebody commits a violent act that results in death or serious injury, that if you believe that their escape will allow them to do it again and possibly risk more life, in that instance, and only that instance, can you shoot the violent fleeing felon. And I'm going to give you an example. Prime example will be, say it's a serial killer. And say there's a serial killer out there. They killed one person 2 days ago. They killed a second person yesterday. And you see them as a police officer. You see them and you start chasing them, and they're unarmed and you have their back. If you think, this person has already killed 2 people. If I let him escape, I have probable cause to believe that he may kill again, and I can't catch him because it has to be a last resort. People forget that part too. It has to be a last resort. If now I can't catch him, and I feel like I need to shoot him to preserve life in the future, then yes, now it is lawful for you to shoot that person. And I'm not even going to say whether it's right or wrong or anything. I'm just going to say it would be lawful in that instance. Now let's go back to Paul O'Neill, okay? He stole a car. Yeah, that's a felony, but he stole a car. And people say on the tape, oh, well, he tried to run over a police officer. Okay, let's say he did try to run over a police officer. But what are the chances that if you allow him to escape, that you know he's going to do that again? You don't. You don't have the probable cause to know that he's going to do it again. So that doesn't count in that situation either. And now here we are with Delvin Hollins. Okay, allegedly he committed an armed robbery. We don't know any of the information yet. Allegedly he committed an armed robbery, but nobody got hurt. So therefore he committed a felony, but he didn't hurt anybody. So what probable cause do you have to believe that if you allowed him to escape, somebody was going to die or get seriously injured? You don't. Therefore, you cannot shoot him in the back while he's unarmed just to prevent his escape. Okay, that's not what Tennessee versus Gardner says. Now, this didn't happen, so I'm not going to use his name. I'm just throw out another hypothetical over there. If a person committed armed robbery at a pharmacy, took the drugs, and then shot the cashiers, okay, if they did that, and then you found them the next day committing another armed robbery, and, they shot the cashiers again, and now you're chasing them, and now they're unarmed because they ditched the gun or whatever, and now they're unarmed, and now they're fleeing, and you have their back. Now you have that probable cause to believe that if you allow them to escape, they are probably going to rob somebody else and kill that person. So now, to preserve life, you can shoot that person. It will be lawful. Okay, again, right or wrong, not the issue here, but it would be lawful. But when we take Paul O'Neill and Delvin Hollins' cases specifically, what we need to find out is what probable cause was there to believe that they would hurt somebody if they escaped, okay? Contrary to popular belief, sometimes as police officers, you do just have to let the person go and catch them at a later date if they're not an imminent threat to the community. All right, so hopefully that clears some of that up for people. That's Tennessee versus Gardner is not, you can't just go around shooting people for committing felonies. That's not what it says. Okay, you got to read a little deeper. You got to dig into it a little bit. It doesn't say that at all. The penalty for every felony is not death. All right? It's the whole sole purpose of Tennessee versus Gardner is to preserve life, not extinguish it. All right? Peace.